All right, Scott, thank you. New at noon, a Stone County, Missouri prosecutor has filed criminal charges over the duck boat disaster back in 2018. Ride the Ducks Branson, the captain, general manager, and manager on duty of that company, are facing a total of 63 felony charges. 17 people died when a duck boat capsized during a summer thunderstorm over Table Rock Lake. Each of the defendants is facing 17 counts of involuntary manslaughter. The captain also faces 12 charges of failing to exercise his duties because prosecutors say he should not have gone out in a thunderstorm. Also new this afternoon, details about a big investment for behavioral health care in Arkansas. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield and the Blue and You Foundation announced $5.29 million in grants will go to behavioral health programs in the state. Governor Asa Hutchinson and state health care leaders were among those in attendance today. The funding is intended to help meet Arkansans' mental health needs at all stages of life.
We recognize that every life deserves hope, and we recognize there's a human story to all of this, and that certainly the behavioral health care system in our state, we have some magnificent providers doing amazing work, but the demand, unfortunately, is outpacing the supply of providers that we have today.
Arkansas Children's and UAMS will receive funding along with 3 universities and the National Alliance on Mental Illness Arkansas chapter. Studies show anxiety and depression symptoms are more prevalent in Arkansas than the national average. They also increased during the pandemic. And speaking of the pandemic, let's turn to the ongoing COVID-19 increase in Arkansas. State health officials are warning that the fight is not over. This comes as we've more than doubled our total active cases in the last 2 weeks. The U.S. Surgeon General spoke at the White House and says misinformation about the virus can be a cause to the rise in cases. He also says low vaccination rates are putting lives at risk.
It's painful for me to know that nearly every death we are seeing now from COVID-19 could have been prevented. I say that as someone who has lost 10 family members to COVID-19 and who wishes each and every day that they had the opportunity to get vaccinated.
Okay, let's take a look now at our latest numbers. Active cases, which you see right there, have been rising lately because transmission of the disease has sped up over the course of the month. After spending several months at roughly 2,000 active cases, we are now above 9,000. For deaths here, the trend line has been heading upward this month as well, though right now deaths are about 10 times lower than they were during the wintertime peak. It's partially because the cases are way lower than winter, but it's also because of vaccines. Switching gears now, it has been 4 months since the Pine Bluff school shooting at Watson Chapel Junior High, and many parents are still wondering what the school district is doing to keep their children safe. Since the March 2nd incident, the school district has hired a new superintendent. Dr. Andrew Curry says a top priority for him is making sure all students, staff, and parents are safe.
I've had extensive conversations with our director of security, and I've talked about the different things that are available for the school district to keep it safe.
Dr. Curry says he will make sure every school in the district has metal detectors at doors and security personnel on campuses at all times. Little Rock police are conducting their community outreach event called Operation Ceasefire. It is an effort to help stop the violence in the city. Tomorrow night, officers will go into the neighborhoods on your screen, meet people, and encourage them to take the Peacekeeper Pledge. That pledge is to help stop the violence in the community and all across the capital city. Officers will start in the Wakefield neighborhood at 5 tomorrow evening. The food service industry has been hit hard during the pandemic, but as of last month, money has run out for a program designed to help, the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. According to the Small Business Administration, nearly 2,000 restaurants in Arkansas applied for a total of $260 million. Many are using it to supplement losses from the pandemic. However, funding was exhausted last month. 2/3 of businesses who applied in Arkansas did not receive funds.
It's not great, and what we'd really like is for Congress to take a look at it again and go ahead and replenish what needs to be replenished so that those of us that have gone into debt over the past year to be able to keep people employed.
The SBA disabled the fund portal on Wednesday. Across the country, different entities are demanding Congress provide the funds through a COVID-19 relief plan. Happening today, the city of Pine Bluff celebrates 15 years of being a smoke-free environment. Local rules ban smoking in all enclosed public places, restaurants, and city-owned buildings. Tobacco stores and standalone bars are the only exceptions. Today's celebration was at RJ's Restaurant and Sports Grill on Main Street. It included speeches from elected and public health officials who helped pass the smoke-free ordinance. Also today, the Arkansas Blood Institute is asking you to donate blood at the 38th annual MASH Bash. It goes until 6 o'clock at the Hot Springs Mall. ABI has seen a drastic drop in blood donations after the July 4th holiday week, so they're wanting to rebuild the supply as soon as possible. All donors will get free admission to Magic Springs Water Park, a MASH t-shirt, and more. You'll even be entered for a chance to win maybe a 50-inch TV, a Blackstone grill, and $400 in gift cards. Okay, let's turn now to a look at national headlines. Thousands of firefighters across the West are on the highest level of alert for wildfires. It's the earliest that's happened in a decade, and close to 70 large fires have been burning in a dozen states. More than 1 million acres of land have been burned. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is expected to be questioned tomorrow in connection with the investigation into allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct against him. Cuomo also faces an impeachment inquiry in the state assembly. And in Texas, the state's Democrats had arguably the most important meeting of their trip to D.C. It was with West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. His vote is essential to any hope of Congress passing a federal voting bill that would override the states. Senator Manchin, a moderate Democrat, described their meeting as, quote, good. But some state Democrats are starting to pay a price for leaving. House Speaker Dade Phelan stripped Democrat Joe Moody of his position as Speaker pro tem. And the top story in world news today, disastrous flooding shocks American allies in Europe, killing more than 100 people in Germany and Belgium. As Imtiaz Taib reports, hundreds are still unaccounted for.
The scale of the disaster is unlike anything seen here in living memory. Entire neighborhoods now in ruins after days of heavy rains triggered flash flooding across large parts of northern Germany. Torrents of water so powerful it crushed much of what stood in its way. In Schuld, a once quiet and picturesque village, residents survey what's left.
Unwahrnehmbar irgendwie. Nicht wirklich.
With this man saying, "It's unreal. I can't believe what I'm seeing here." Dozens of people are dead, tens of thousands of homes are damaged, and power remains offline. All after the amount of rain that fell over a 48-hour period was double that of what normally would have fallen for the entire month of July. German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who's in Washington for meetings with President Biden, said, "I grieve for those who have lost their lives in this disaster." A nation bracing itself for the worst after a disaster that shocked even climate scientists, including Ralph Toomey from the Imperial College of London.
We have manifestly one of the richest countries in the world being caught out, which is quite disturbing in the sense that it suggests that no one is really safe.
Neighboring countries like Belgium and the Netherlands have also been badly affected, with several villages still cut off by floodwaters and landslides.
Climate scientists have long been warning that global warming would lead to extreme weather like this. But when we consider what's happening in Central Europe and beyond, well, this is far exceeding their expectations. And the real fear now is that the worst is yet to come. Imtiaz Taib, CBS News, London.
Earlier this week, NASA reported that the Earth is entering a period of more intense flooding due to an 18-year cycle in the moon's orbit. However, this so-called lunar wobble mainly affects coastal flooding, not inland floods.